Hello everyone, and welcome back. I am being invaded by possums in my own home. How will we ever survive? This is a playthrough. I deleted the the Switch X one. This is a challenge run I'm doing. Oopsie daisies. Anyway, we're Hunter Rank 2 because of the upgrade. Pardon me. 20 hours. Shoutouts to the Super Patrons, Spencer Bazzer and Brady Burns, as well as Ballywash, who is a regular Patreon. Okay, so we are now into it. We're now up to, I believe, the 5-star quests, meaning, yeah, so village progress, 5 stars. And these are some of the actually big hitter monsters. So I might even make an attempt to buff up my monsters a little bit more. Maybe in some Toby Kadachi gear. It's a great baggie. So Stargazer flowers. I think we're all good on that. I know for sure which one this gives us, because it's really cool. It's a skeleton, like, you know, skull type one. So super happy about that one. It's really exciting. And let's go see the Argosy. Rare finds, pitfall traps. That's very good. Special goods. We already have all of those, I think. Okay, so we're all good on that front. As I said before, I would like to, you know, give our, you know, friends some good old upgrades in Palico attire. Damn. That's actually kind of bad. Magnamala gear is really cool. But nothing feels as nice as Kadachi scrap. So Trey, we'll look for the Palamute. So I think we'll get this for both of them, just because it seems like the best. It also does sleep damage, which is just insanely good anyway. Barrios actually seems kind of cool. For Barrios isn't much of an upgrade though. I'm gonna do a little bit. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna go to Barrios, and I'm gonna make one. And then we're gonna make this and equip it, which looks pretty snazzy, and then we'll put this and equip this. Oh, right. He has that little piece of thing. Oh my god. That is the cutest fucking thing. We'll take off that forged Palico, whatever it is. That's nothing. We'll have a look, see what he looks like now. Let's do some poses. I think it looks alright. You would ideally want to change the yellowy fur to a much more white fur, or, you know, vice versa. But other than that, like, it's pretty good. We don't need to worry about probably any of these outfits here, these two. With the Magnamalo, because of Hellfire Cloak, not Croak. It's the fabled Vor Magnamalo. I'm very tired. Yeah.
No need to hurry.
Hellfire
There's
Cloak
plenty of
is
time.
pretty good. So basically, when you have this armor, when you have the level 4 thing, basically you take no damage from Hellfire, and then it increases the damage of the Hellfire blasts, and then you get the Blight when monsters are enraged, and then you can just do this big attack from not really doing anything. But as you can see with these ones, you only get 3, so you wouldn't actually be able to get that full effect, but you still would be able to get some of it. And the good thing about this though, is by having only 3 of it be necessary, in a way it's actually kind of good. Because it means that you can use different feet, so you could use the ingot feet, which is actually a really good pair of feet. And then probably, you know, something else for the helm. Man, Barrioth has such a weird armor, like look at this. This is meant to be for something that lives in the cold. And yet it like...
Goodbye.
Like, oh yes, you want to be in the cold? No, you don't. Well, it's been long enough of just dilly-dallying. We need to definitely get a move on. It's kind of hard to think about what exactly we want to use. I think we'll use the PK Blade. And as for armor, are we really... Huh. Damn. Well, I mean, as long as you don't fight anything that's water-based, we should be going pretty damn good. I wonder if I do want to use the PK Blade here, because I could use... something else. I could use the Bar Boy. I feel like that just fits the vibe better. It's probably gonna be worse against the monsters that I want to be fighting today. But if this isn't like, if that is not the pose that we'll be making today, then I don't know what is. Look at that confidence. Okay. So we could easily do the secret ingredient or, you know, something like that. But I feel like, personally, we could do Zenogre. The annoying thing is that all of these are really good ideas. But the main one I want to do is Anjanath.
Don't forget to eat.
And the reason why is Anjanath is really good. And I don't mean just like he himself is good, like is a good fight or something, because yes it is. But the crazy thing about him is just the fact that to put it bluntly, his armor has, his coil for the armor is insanely good. We are kind of maybe gonna replace parts of it when we get to Gossalag. But that's when we get to Gossalag. Anyway, let's go to the actual hunts.
Tremors in the night. A feline runs in fright, hiding out of sight. But soon it is found, shivering in fear. And when it looks around, its foes already here. Run, young feline, run! You have to get away! For this beast is never done until it snags its prey.
so cool. I love how it's kind of like the Prometheus school of running away from things doesn't even matter here because it's a fucking dinosaur. Technically, it's not actually a dinosaur. It's visually based on a dinosaur. But in the world of Monster Hunter, there are no such things as dinosaurs. So, semantically, I'm incorrect. But you know what I mean. We all know what I mean. Man, Anjanath. Such a cool monster. Also, the fun fact, so the way that this quest is given to you is because they have, because of a wandering bard who felt like there was a creature following them, which was the Anjanath. So you could say that they always feel like somebody's watching me. And it's funnier because it's a bard, so I actually just imagine the bard, like, you know, maybe strumming a guitar or something as he, like, walks through these sandy dunes. Pardon me. I'm surviving on Mother Energy drinks. And then, like, I kind of feel like somebody looks behind them. That looks like a kind of small Anjanath. I wonder if that's a smaller one or not.
There's the target. Stop.
I think I made him notice me. Okay, there's a few ways to be cool in this game. And there's many ways to be dumb. Do I focus more? I really want to... Okay. Oh, I didn't actually expect that. He keeps going for that attack, I'm just like... Stop that. Yeah, we might have to pop a potion real quick. Okay. I think that is good enough. So we'll have our people come in, we'll use the Felvine, take a little bit of a swig, and then we'll start actually fighting something. So if you are unaware, the Anjanath is a kind of bipedal wyvern. There's some sort of like land-based wyvern or something. It's like the classification. But pretty much this monster is what if a tank, also known as just a T-Rex, and you know the other part of a tank, a flamethrower, were merged into one. And that is essentially what this monster is, which is fun. So one of the problems is of the T-Rex is they have tiny little arms, and Capcom, in their brilliance of designing monsters, actually has that as one of the weaknesses of the Anjanath. If you stay by their feet, especially
Doing great.
get down. I hear good noise. And I'm just like, good noise? Damn it. But like we're still in village, so I think it's in multiplayer that their health is kind of what we call natural. And natural for Anjanath is actually pretty high. So I'm actually ridiculously shocked that he took damage, or like, a part of his body broke. Damn it. Okay. It's kind of hard with Greatsword. For the main reason of Greatsword is not very hit and run. It used to be very hit and run, especially in Generations Ultimate. God damn you. So see, its wings on its back are protruding, its nose is all big, and its throat,
Look out! It's angry!
as you can tell, is now like a blaze to signify that it is now angry and will actually, like, you know, file its lasers, if you will, 2010 for me for a second. Which obviously is a very strong move, but it feels like it's because we have a lot of fire resistance. But with this set at least, yeah, I thought that would be a big hit. We're going for a tail break here. Okay, we didn't get a tail break, but we heavily damaged it. So, at any point, we can easily snap off this tail. Yep. It's as simple as that. So, in World, they actually say this. But the #1 place you want to hit an Anjanath is its throat. Because it, in the, you know, actual, like, you know, animal, you know, species research and all that stuff, the scientists, the ecological, I guess, scientists, have deduced that it's, you know, obviously, where it produces its fire is its throat. So it will kind of be not able to do its fire attacks as much if you are able to, you know, weaken its throat. Which is a cool detail. But now we pretty much have it as our base. And I'm presuming it will run away soon. Because it's taken a very big beating. Yep. It's now running away. Like a little sissy baby. And we have some things to grab. Hopefully this is an Anjanath tail, because it's getting an Anjanath tail from the very first hunt is just really good for us. And it is, it's an Anjanath tail. Sick.
Need to sharpen this thing.
I wonder if this will help us get the Anjanath sword. Because if so, that's actually kind of useful. Okay. I love all the stuff you can do with the wire. It literally feels like you're playing a Spider-Man game when you're wire dashing around. Like, the parkour aspect to this game is really fucking refreshing. And I think is, like, easily, for, like, newcomers, one of the funnest things that they get to mess around with. So I'm so happy that it's, like, part of the game. We'll try. Okay. We'll just hit it with a single. Not doing much, but yeah. The great thing about the Anjanath from this fight, particularly, is that we have damaged it, a lot of the areas on it. So it's going into, what is it called in Kingdom Hearts? It's not Limit Break. That would be like the Final Fantasy. Okay, so our prey is now weak.
It's angry.
If it still had a tail, maybe I'd hit it.
Careful.
Thank you. That's a really good opening for me. Oh, maybe not.
Look out! It's angry.
It would be kind of good for us to, not topple it, but, wide it.
That looks like it's gonna hurt.
I was hoping on the, I was just 100% banking on the range extension. Oh, that's a humidifier. And that is important.
Look out! It's angry!
Do we want to kill? How do we want to kill this? It's like a DM right now. How do you want to finish it off? We could finish it with kunai, but I feel like that's a very usual thing for someone to do in this game. Moving around too much. Problem of every monster in this game when you're playing Greatsword. Oh. Hey. That's good for us. Let's fucking knock out that jugular you have, eh? As well as anything else you may have. Oh, fuck off. Well. Here's the Felvine. We'll use kunais. Oh my god, you're so weak.
On its front legs! Hold it!
I'm killing them with kunais. I actually don't care anymore. I'm killing them with kunais. It's too funny. This is the problem with running a YouTube channel. Is like you're just like, oh, he's going to sleep. That's so good for me. Don't forget, you dumbass. He's so fucking weak right now that throwing a pencil at him is pretty much knocking him over. Come on. The one problem with this is we do have to face him, like directly face in his direction, to damage him like this, which is risky because all of his moves, as you would presume, are strong facing forward. Ah, that's good. I wonder how little HP he has. Maybe we should be rolling a bit more. Come on. Okay. This is taking way longer. I might speed this up for you guys. You know what's funny? This is the same as using a bowgun.
Just a bit more!
Come on. This Kululaku might actually beat the fuck out of this monster.
A turf war!
Oh. I don't think even. I love how he did a turf war. It was like, holy shit, dude. Meanwhile, my dude, why?
It's angry!
Oh, that's actually really good for us. Come on. That's the flamethrower move, 100%.
Careful! Look out! It's angry!
Well, it can be as angry as it wants. It's not going to change the fact that it's going to die to a fucking kunai. There we go. Poor little Anjanath.
We did it!
Beat the fuck out of a Kululaku and then died to a kunai. There we go.
Alright, let's see what we have.
Yeah, I'll speed that up for you guys. Anjanath Fang. Anjanath Power. We'll have it be to the point where he does like the turf war. Because I don't want to have you guys like actually sit through like an entire fucking like too long.
Good.
But man, that was such a good photo. There was like so many good photos there. I don't know which one I want to do. I don't know if I want to do the sleeping one or if I want to do the I think I'll do the sleeping one. I think it's cuter. And it's also funnier to have like this really sick armor set. And it's just like, oh yes, Anjanath dead. But instead it's just like, haha, I killed an Anjanath. I find that way funnier. But we're gonna be killing Anjanaths a lot today, so be prepared. But we're also gonna be killing a different monster as well. Maybe even Rathalos. We might just take out Rathalos. So Pelt, Scale, Nosebone, which is pretty good. Scale, Nosebone again, which is obviously pretty good. And then Monster Bone pluses and L's, some extra stuff there, that's all good. Yep. Okay, I am now back. Let's have a look-see at the Anjanath armor, as well as just stuff like that. So focus, this does not fill out, this does not make our charges go faster, sadly. This is for, you know, weapons that have charge. Maybe it does, I don't think it does though. Sluggo attacks, so our stuns do more, so maybe that's something to get. Focus yet again, as well as Marathon Runner. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure the main focus of the Anjanath set is kind of the hammer. So, as you can see here, attack boost +2. Actually, it might not be too worth it to get the Anjanath set. Oh, it 100% is. The coil is not even that hard to get. I wonder if maybe we do need a plate for the helm. But like, let's have a look, see what it looks like, because it could be really cool actually to... Well, it reminds me of the Amazoness actually, the Yu-Gi-Oh archetype. It's definitely a YouTube thumbnail. We still have not found a single Mount Shroom or we found one Dream Shell. So Magnum Arlo Blade, we're going pretty okay on that. So here's the Anjanath thing. As you can see here, it says minus 20% affinity, meaning it has chances to do less damage. But I do like how it's German, Flammenjan.
Take all the time
Oh,
you
it feels German at least in its execution, which I think is really cool. So this is the Zenoga, and this is the Anjanath. I think we'll definitely, well, we're going to be crafting it. We have to craft it, pretty much, out of principle. I think we'll,
Right, let's get cracking.
we'll upgrade one of these ones. Is that it? Yeah, that's it, okay.
What do you
So,
need?
we could go for that one,
Now get hunting.
don't think we will, honestly. Have we gotten any new pentalaces? We have not. Switch skills, we still have the same. Okay. Yep, there's not really much different.
How are you today?
The good thing about all of this is the fact that there's just a Kululaku Anjanath quests. I'm very actually surprised that this quest exists in this rank. Because Tritranodon and Volvidon both are, like, Volvidon's pretty easy to kill. Tritranodon is a little bit harder, but like, this doesn't really seem like a 5-star, it feels like a 4-star. I can understand this one because, you know, Somacanth can actually be pretty annoying, and so can Kezu.
There's so many of them, I'd get confused too.
But yeah. Mitsune is one that we would want to do, definitely, at some point. I think we'll do Rathalos immediately. Mainly, it does mean we lose out on a cool thumbnail. For now, at least. Ooh, Carva, that's actually really good. Defender, 5 boost. But the main reason I want to go for the Rathalos is just because with this armor set that we have, we actually are way safer against fire attacks in general. Which just really helps, really, is what I'm trying to say.
A cave of crimson, flames billowing high. That is where he makes his nest. Best to not go nigh. Fire scorching the earth, rains down from the sky. When His Highness sets his eyes on you, it's time to say goodbye.
King of the Skies. Fun fact, I actually have a statue of Rathalos. It's not anything too grandiose, but it's really, really nice. It is plastic, it's like a plastic base, which could detract some people. And it's 100% fine if that detracts you, because, you know, like, oh, plastic is not as cool as it could be. Not crafting it. Item loadout. There we go. But it's super well detailed, and like it's on like the plastic stand is hollow, but it's like on a cliff, and it has its wet wing spread and all of that. It looks really, really nice. Yeah, I have a few statues, not too many, but I do have a few. But one thing that is fun is because we are on this map, it means that we can actually do a really good rollout.
Mine now.
Because you know, this map just has a really good rollout to it, where you just go up here. You'll see this like every single time anyone does this map. Is you collect a bunch of things, you grab this puppet spider. And you just collect a bunch of these good old speary birds. I'm becoming gas because I'm drinking an energy drink. Don't drink energy, kid. Energy kid. Don't drink energy drinks too much. Because you know, I just don't drink much that isn't just like tea, water, or maybe something. So what we want to do here, there is a Magnamalo there. And if you remember, we wanted a blade. So the best way to do these type of things, as we all know, is called beat the fuck out of the Magnamalo. Now, I'm hearing some questions. Well, how the fuck do you beat the hell out of Magnamalo? Well, it's quite simple. You grab whatever you can, and you slam it into him. So basically what we want to do with this is just deal a bunch of damage to him.
How do you like that?
And yeah, we'll just ride. And now we are going to try.
You do what I say.
Yes. Okay, so Rathalos moved. That's actually really useful for us. So what we're going to do now is we're going to ambush our poor friend.
Time to get to work.
And then we're going to try to deal as much damage as we can. I'm not 100% sure on the meta of these attacks too much, but I do know that, you know, something's better than others. We do want to get some attacks on the tail. Oops. Rathalos really didn't like that one. So as you can see, Wrath Wing Talons. I remember we talked about this in the episode when we battled Rathian, but they actually share a drop, which is the Wing Talon. So that's kind of the least good drop, because you could be getting that from Rathian, which is a far easier fight. Okay, that's bad for us. So the clear distinguishing thing between Rathian and Rathalos is Rathian, although it does have flying attacks, oftentimes just uses flying as kind of just like an evasion and like an uppercut. So it's like evasion and uppercut. Rathalos, however, will do a bunch of attacks in the air, will stay in the air for prolonged amounts of time, just be a nuisance. So, yet again, tail is our game. That's a really good attack, by the way. You can do that attack with when you're wyvern riding, and I don't know if it's the best or not. Yet again, I'm not 100% sure on any of that type of thing. I do know, though, personally, from my playthroughs of this game, that it feels really good. We've done, I think, 2 big attacks on it. So maybe with 1 extra little attack. And by little, I mean, I think we hit it. I think we didn't hit his tail there. Hit his toesy woesies again. Keep doing that. Okay. Okay, well, we didn't do it, but that's fine.
This is the end of the line for you.
That was such a bad punish. We got an absolutely great opening, we just did not get to use. We're confined in such a small area, but it's also kind of good. Because it means that he's kind of confined to being in a small area. Hey, we did it. As I was saying, it's just a few hits away. Thought you could get away from me, huh? That was pretty funny. Okay. Well, if he wants to run away, that's 100% fine with me. We can do that.
All right.
We now have his tail, though, which we can now just do whatever we want with. We got Rathalos' tail. Reminds me of the Lummus Mash bird meme. Becky, you want tail? No, Ron, I don't want tail. But bitches love. Oh, that's such an old meme. That's like Facebook era meme. It's also really funny to say, like, I always like it doesn't feel too crazy to me, but like saying Facebook era as ancient is like kind of funny, because I was in the generation that like actually really used Facebook for a while, and then we all stopped because you know, other things existed. Ooh, it's tired. That's actually really good for us. Because that just means like 3 hits and... Ooh. Actually surprised me. I thought it was gonna... I knew it was gonna do a run, but I didn't know what type of attack it would do. So I just honestly thought it was just gonna run. Already running for the hills. Well, that's just unfortunate for you, bud. I love that move. It's so good. Like in feel. It keeps screaming and I'm just like, I don't like it. I would like to kill him by killing him when he's in the sky. However, we already did one jokey thing today. So, like, I'll hit him when he's in the sky. But I'm just gonna keep playing normally as well. Oh, we get to ride him. That's actually really fucking good for us. That means we can actually maybe try to take out Magnamalo very... Oh, Rathalos is the one that flies. I was saying in a few episodes ago. Yeah, that's... Oh, is it... Yeah. Back one. Back heavy, rather. Dual attack. Let's fucking go. Poor kitten. Let's take that tail that... Oh, that's... didn't get a blade. I'm just gonna have to hope that we get one later, because at this point I just want to go and kill this Rathalos. Because we still want to do the Anjanath Kululaku quest. So at the end of the day, like, you know, we don't want to spend too much time. He might just see us. Okay, he sees us. Hi, friend. Do you want to be put in the grave? I think he wants to be put in the grave. Man, we could have honestly just killed him with kunai in like 5 seconds. He was really close to death. Feels almost anticlimactic when you kill him like that. Webbing, that's a good one. Marrow, that's a good one, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. Webbing. You can actually have a look-see, I think. Oh no, webbing is a pretty fair one. Marrow isn't though. Marrow isn't. And then he has like some sort of blade. You know. Scale. That's it. It's like a special scale thing. Called plate. That's it. It's called plate. And then he has some other drop as well. And then Anjanath, you know, 2%, 3%. It's very rare. Plates are like prototype gems, pretty much.
Good job, buddy.
But yeah, like this episode's going pretty well, honestly. We're gonna be taking on 3 pretty big hunts. Yeah, I think we were actually missing Shell. So I think we now have everything but this plate recorded now. We got a Ghost Prism from the Magnum Arlo. Kind of disappointing, but at the end of the day, what are you gonna do? Okay, there we go. We are now back. We'll go to Hanoa and get some of these optional side quests. So that's good for us. The Sandy Plains one we should finish in the next hunt that we do. So Rathalos gear. Obviously buffs fire attack. So see plate. Windproof and Partbreaker. So Partbreaker is actually pretty useful. Windproof is pretty unique. It's good, but at the same time not the craziest. I think we might go for
Some hunters literally
this,
take hours. I'm used
this, and then this. So we might start actually seeing a bit more uniqueness in the armor sets that we're wearing now. God, we could look like a weeaboo. And honestly, I would want that. But like, that might just be a bit too much. If possible, I would actually love to have full Rathalos gear. But like, as always, like, we're doing this show,
What do you need?
you know, we're not trying to, you know, make it go for ages. I actually wonder if perhaps there is no Rathalos. There is no Rathalos tree, which means we can just freely make armor.
Gotcha. Right, let's get ready.
Whoops, we accidentally equipped those. So scale, that doesn't use scale. That uses scale. I think we could. The plate would be the hard part, but I think, honestly, that we could probably try to pull off, Rathalos armor. And I think that'd be really sick as well, having Rathalos armor.
The village is in your hands.
Especially, like, and it would work too, because we could use the, Anjanath, sword. So we'll re-equip these two. And then we'll go back into those into the Anjanath fight, and attempt to get that one done. Noisy nuisances. There we go.
Don't forget to eat.
So with this, all of the fire-based creatures will be done with. Like the one interesting thing is like, sort of the, well, what do we do next kind of thing. Because of the fact that, you know, now we've actually kind of exhausted all of our easily made armor sets, except for the Ludroth, but I kinda don't wanna go grind Ludroth more. Very interesting, by the way, guys. So the flavor text for this one is like, so the quest giver is a bomb maker, the barrel bomb maker, and he's all like, "These damn things are so irritating. Like, I'm just trying to do whatever the fuck, you know, make barrels or whatever, like getting greetings for them, probably. And these damn, like, first this bird brain comes along, and then, you know, and it's just like so funny in my eyes to see like the bravado. Also, we're gonna kill literally everything on this quest because a PUK armor set seems kind of nice. Damn, we're actually going for that, huh? Oh no. Herbal medicine is such a good item. Always have herbal medicine on you. It's faster than an antidote, and it heals you as well. You do have to craft it, and it uses potion. I think it uses. I know it uses antidotes, but it's easily worth it. It seems like 2 charge is kind of good. Grab this potion. So he's now enraged a little bit. I don't know how much we care about tail shenanigans, but it could come in handy. So much fun. It's kind of it's 3 AM right now. But man, literally, your Palico and Palamute having sleep in the weapons is so fucking gross, it's not even fun. Like, the fact that I just then got to basically get away with, getting a free fucking massive ton is too much. Just off. Positioning is one of the biggest things with the Greatsword. So if you're not having good positioning, you know, you're obviously not gonna have an easy time with the hunt. Thank God for PK idle frames. They have a lot of them for some reason. Yet again. Damn it! I think if it didn't try to travel away, we probably would have just, it's probably half dead at this point. So the Kululaku and the Anjanath are the main targets. So I guess we can have some fried chicken. Damn. Absolutely missing. I can't wait for when we get to the Sunbreak section of this game, because I was watching videos and stuff, and it, unironically, the game changes so much when you get to there. Because, like, you know, you get 5 slots for customization, which already means you get way more than what you do normally currently, even. So, you know, a bunch of different aspects of your weapons are changed. So, like, for the Greatsword, your auto combo changes. And then, I think maybe even the way you start your... Oh, I think it's your X and A changes as well. So, 2 big things for Greatsword to have changed. Both changed, which is great. The auto combo one is particularly amazing. just because of how useful having a way better auto combo is. There we go. Okay, well, he's still kind of, I was gonna say knocked down, but obviously that's not the case anymore, huh? I can understand why people don't like him too much, the Kululuku. But I think he's kind of, like, he's funny, he has personality. I think for a lot of people, it's just the fact that he holds shit and then makes it so you have to wait a while to fight him. Which is 100% understandable. Oh, we needed to 100% change our direction of that one.
I'm gonna get you!
There we go, our prey is weak and ready for capture. Sees enemy like fully preparing an attack. He did tank it, so I mean, like, good on him. But like at the same time, like, probably not a smart idea. Okay, that was not a smart idea from my end. That was not a smart idea from my end. Okay, cool. I like how the engine is just right above us, just like, hey, that chicken's getting fucking fused. Okay. We can now go get this healing fruit active while we sharpen our weapon. Then we'll go to the PK, finish him off, and then we'll just bully the Anjanath. And I think that'll be pretty good for the ending of this episode, really. Hopefully, like the Kululuku, I'm only collecting their parts because of later we can actually use them in like melding pots and stuff like that. But I think currently, actually, we could use melding pots, but it's kind of not worth it because what we would get currently out of the melding pots is pretty much worthless. Like, it would help us right now, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you know, like Rathalos armor, like, that helps us right now, but it's also just a good thumbnail material. And PK armor is like the same thing. Like Royal Ludroth, we might have a few more fights with that. Ooh, that's actually very okay, so because if we can actually get to the Anjanath, this will actually be a good amount of stuff we can do. And it looks like we will be able to. Oh, there he is. Hey, that's fucking... pretty fucking good, honestly. Get licked. This is bad Pokemon moves, the game. And then we actually kind of want to do as much damage as we can to the Anjanath.
How do you like that? I'm gonna get you!
As much damage as we can easily get away with. Anjanath Scale, Anjanath Fang, Anjanath Scale. We'll now run away.
Let's go!
We'll now just go and finish up the PK and then we'll be done. Kind of. Like, we'll still need to go back and actually kill him. But once we, like, kill the PK, there's literally nothing on the map other than the Anjanath. Which is just a big boon, honestly. It also just means that we get, like, honestly, like, if we can get like PK armor, I think that would be a great thing for, like, maybe the Naga Kuga episode. I think that would look very nice. Okay. Honestly, I would love earplugs, but I think, honestly, the only place you can get that is Tigrex armor. the monster of the fucking, you know, streak. So it's going into its, whatever that king plant thing is called. I still can't remember what it's called. Ooh, that's kind of bad for us. Thank God it's a weak monster and it doesn't have the ability to just insta-kill you. Could be a whole lot worse. There we go. We actually need a... Okay, it's just consuming. I didn't know exactly what it was trying to do. I was hoping that it was,
This is the end of the line for you! Oh, I feel terrible.
You chose rock, and I chose paper.
I'm gonna get you!
There we go. We killed him.
Man, I'm good at this.
Yeah, I think we are good at this, honestly. So that was a wyvern tier, so no use to us.
See what we have.
Let's see what we get here, though. So scales. Scales are not really that useful. We want to see things like quills, most likely. But if we get just scales, it's fine. We might get something later on. We'll heal this up. We'll heal this. It might have been a better idea to wait for that to more naturally restore itself a bit, so then we wouldn't use as much shit. However, that's fine, honestly. I like keep looking at the time and saying, "Whoa, like it's like an hour, hour and 10 minutes." We haven't really even fought the engine after all. But then I remind myself, I have to remove 3 minutes of me trying to use a kunai, and then on top of that, I have to, you know, get rid of maybe 5 minutes of loading screens. Stop eating. That's right. That was such... Like, sometimes... That move, by the way, used to be 2 wire bugs. By the way, our pets and stuff are, like, windproof, pretty much. Like, they're immune to, like, all of these annoying statuses. Which is really fucking good for us. Okay, that's bad. No, well, yeah, that is gonna hurt. Let's hope, thank you. What about friends bail out? Nope. I don't wanna take that. Anjanath feels like he gets, tripped pretty easily. It might just because it has such a colossal, like, it's like a literal, like, understanding of, like, animal shit. There we go! We got the fucking hit. That's so good for us. That's what I wanted last time. Actually so excited about that. Tried to aim inward a little bit and I didn't go too far. I really should have just aimed way more inward. That was a really good carry. And that's a really good hit. Jesus, that was a really good hit. We can just, honestly, meaty 250 pretty much. Holy shit, one was dead. You get so blinded by success. Harry again. Do a small little stun. And we cut off its tail. Awesome. What do you say now, big boy? Seems like you're not saying much. Sounds like you're dead. I'm not too sure on if it's ready to leave or not. Which is my main question. I guess we'll put down a trap and see if this works. And it worked. Captured an Anjanath, boys. Time to Jurassic Park our nation. I've got another tail. And this boy, seeing me take out an Anjanath, the corpse it was eating before, is like, you know what, I think it's a real good idea to attack this guy. Really dumb nature. But like, that should go to show you just how easily we're using a weapon that does like less damage to it. And we get the plate. There we fucking go, we got the plate. That was from the capture rewards as well. That's actually really fucking insane. So we got Quill, Sack, Scale, Shell. But yeah, that's so good. We got a fucking scale, a plate from that. I might have to take a look and see if we need that plate for the weapon upgrade. Okay, so I had a little look-see, and you do need the plate for the weapon. However, you need it at high rank, and I think we'll be fighting it enough for us to kind of be able to fuck around a bit. Yes, I guess. First, we'll forge the Greatsword, obviously, first. But yeah, we can easily, whatever we can make, we'll just make. So we need more pelt, and fang. Yeah, we need like 3, 1, 3. We need 8 pelt, but like, we could actually, like, maybe next episode have this armor set. And then in the meantime, we can also go and get the Rathalos one. Like, that could be a really good idea to grind for those materials. And then we can capture more Anjanaths to get the plate, to get a second plate for the weapon. And then for Rathalos, it's just simply fucking go get it. Because at the end of the day, like, yeah, like and I think that's a cooler idea, to kind of focus on these armor sets, just for a bit even. So for the next little while, we'll be wearing this armor set, which I think is fine. It means that we can kind of, I like drawing things out a bit so then we can have a bit more content. But with that, I hope you all have an absolutely lovely day. I'll see you all in the next episode, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.